Hello. Hi. Hello. It's Jane Tara from Better Reading. This is What Are You Reading? Every Thursday at 2 p.m. And I'm just waiting for you to come on. Hi everyone. Hi. Hopefully you're all out there and you're going to join the chat. And I know it always takes a few. Oh, there we go, Yvonne. G'day, Simkin. Hello. Awesome. I know that you're coming on. Hi, Chris. Hi. Hello, Tracy. Hi. Oh, I love it. Here are the regulars. We're all here. I've got to say, Dex, has this got a filter on my face? I look like I've had Botox. Can you see it? I mean, I do. I always look this smooth, and Dex is just changing something up. Don't be shocked when the real me comes on. Hold on. Oh, touch up my appearance. Oh my God, the difference. Oh my God. Okay, we could have left that one on. Anyway, yeah, this is the real me. Hi everyone. Hi. So welcome to What Are You Reading? And I want to hear what you're reading. And we have a few things to talk about today. And I'm excited to see you all here. So, Yvonne, you're saying that you're reading The Beacon. So excellent. So actually, I'll just give a shout out to this because I drove with my mum up the coast last week, and my mum lives in Ballina, and I saw this everywhere because it was a local thing up around Ballina, Byron, and everything. And I haven't actually had time to read it, but I've got my copy right here to take home for over the holidays. And I will say, along the way, my mum was reading this book and told me that I should be giving it a shout out, and so I will. We've already talked about this book, but mum was reading this on the trip on the way back home and absolutely loves it. And she did meet the wonderful Liz Foster in Sydney. So this is The Good Woman's Guide to Making Better Choices. And if you haven't grabbed this yet, do so over the Easter break, because it's a really, really entertaining but heartfelt read about the secrets that we keep and how do you ever really know someone. So and also it's about a woman rebuilding her life after being quite sort of betrayed by her husband. All right, so who have we got here? Tracy, hi. Sharon, hi. Yvonne the Beacon. Where are we? I've just lost my place. Oh, Carolyn. Hello, Jane. This week's read, 0 Days by Ruth Ware. Very good. Tracy, you look great. Thanks, Tracy. That's great. And we don't need those bloody filters on our faces, do we? We just, be comfortable with ourselves. Janine, hi Jane, I'm reading The Beacon. Great read. Oh, another one for The Beacon. Very good. Jill, hello. Sally, hi. Stacey, I loved The Good Woman's Guide as well. Good. Yeah, it's a really great read, and I hear from a very reliable source, the author herself, that she's well underway with her next book. So looking forward to that as well. Alita, I've just finished The Tipping Point by Danuka McKenzie. Fantastic read. As with Danuka's previous books, the momentum of the story carries you through to the end page. And I agree. She's very, very good, and she's getting better as well. And speaking of that, we've got Candice Fox is out this week. So she's very busy at the moment. Anyone who follows Candice, and I do, because I love that she does volunteer work with Wires, the animal rescue group, and she's always going off to collect a possum or some sort of Australian native animal. And so she keeps everyone entertained with those adventures. But she also had the book out just recently with James Patterson, because she writes with him, but she also writes her own stuff. And this is the latest one, Devil's Kitchen, and it's cracking. So if you're looking for a really great page turner over the holidays, it's about a crew of firefighters from New York. And of course, they're very well known in New York. They're heroes, New York firefighters. But this particular team of firefighters also carry out the most successful heists on the east coast of the US. So they have all the equipment. They understand how to get into places, and they've been robbing places for quite some time, and are infiltrated by a really great, the protagonist in this, female detective. And don't start it late at night, because you won't sleep. You'll just keep turning those pages. So Sharon, how did your trip go, Jane? Very well, thank you. I took my mum and we went to bookshops all up the coast, up to Ballina, and where I got to catch up with family and friends. So it was very nice, and met some lovely booksellers along the way. We're so fortunate just to have incredible indie bookshops all around Australia, and those booksellers are very welcoming to authors when they come in. Chris, I'm currently reading Fiona Lowe's The Accident, which is absolutely fantastic. I get to meet Fiona next month at our local library. Well, she's such a nice person and a great writer, and I particularly liked The Accident. I would say it's my favourite of hers so far. Julietta, hello. How are you going? I just finished an arc of Maybe, Possibly, Perhaps, Joanna Glenn, All My Mothers. It's stunning. Highly recommend everyone gets their hands on it when it comes out. Fantastic. I actually haven't heard of that, so we will check it out and have a look at it from here. But perhaps when have you got another book coming out, Julietta? Kylie, hi Jane, thanks again for the tote bags. I'm so glad that you like them. They're very visible tote bags. Kylie was one of the winners of my I Am Visible tote bag. It's over there, but anyway, they're I carry mine everywhere, and they're rather fabulous. So I'm glad you like it. There we go. Dex has just passed me that. There we go. So yeah, Kylie got a couple of those in the mail. And I'll be reading Half Gone by Taryn Fisher. Fantastic. We've done that in here as well. Jill. Okay, so just started Audrey's Gone AWOL by Annie de Monchaux, and a preview copy that you won. So I've been so flat chat recently that I haven't done a lot of reading myself. I've done a little bit, but not what I usually do. And I had started that, but I just didn't have time to get into it. Anyway, I took it with me to Ballina, and so I relaxed on one day that I was there, and then I read it on the plane on the way back. I know that it was a preview here, Audrey's Gone AWOL. I know it was a preview, but it comes out, I think it's early April. This comes out, and everyone needs to get their hands on it because it is so great. It's about a woman in her 60s, say no more, woman in her 60s. Like, these stories are big at the moment, but she, her husband is having a emotional complication with someone, and so Audrey decides to go AWOL. And it is funny and heartfelt and so well written, and I want to punch Simon, her husband, in the face. So I've still got about a third of it to go, and I'll be finishing that over the Easter break. But thanks for bringing it up. That was Jill. Yeah, thanks, Jill. Kylie, Good Half Gone. Yeah, I couldn't remember it either, but yes, that's it. Joy Bell, I'm reading Sisterhood by Kathy Kelly and loving it. Oh, that's great. Now I'm looking over there. I think Kathy Kelly, no, that's Erica James. Oh, it's confusing. Yes, I get them mixed up sometimes. But Kathy Kelly, Sisterhood, I think we did that when that came out here as well. And Good to hear that you're loving it, Joybell. That's good. And do I look less tired today, Joybell? I loved it when you told me I needed some bubbles. So I took your advice and had some. Teresa, reading Birds of a Feather by Tricia Stringer. Great characters. Tricia Stringer does great characters. She really does women well, I think. Tracy, yes, thanks for the tote bags. I love it. Tracy, another winner of the tote bags. So I'm really glad that you like that. Julietta, very close to finishing book 3. Jane, thanks for asking. It's coming along. Well, I look forward to reading that because I love both of your books, but you do know what I think of Norman Foreman. Tracy, March has been a tough reading month. March has been a bit of a crazy month. I've got to say, I've had some really, really great things happen, but I've also been sideswiped by a couple of things. So, yes, and sometimes when that happens, it's very difficult to focus on reading. So I actually, I listen to audiobooks as well. So sometimes if I just can't wrap my head around that when I'm driving or something, I'll listen to an audiobook. Okay, so Sally just finished Audrey as well. Great, loved it. Carolyn, nothing is nicer than going into an indie bookshop, talking to staff and hearing their recommendations. That is what book selling used to be all about, and I agree 120%. So Birds of a Feather is our book of the week, and this is a debut. I think we're going to be hearing a lot more from Rihanna King. This is a great read. You go into it thinking that it's going to be a light read, but actually it's got real depth and guts to it, and I enjoyed it immensely. It's about a woman who thinks that she doesn't really fit into her family apart from her relationship with her grandmother, and then she wins lotto, some money, and decides wants to do something special for her grandmother, and her grandmother wants to track down her first love. Great premise, and carried off extremely well. So is that out today or? Yeah, it's out now. It is out now. So keep an eye out for this one, Birds of a Feather. Another really great read, Bonelands. I believe this one might be out today. Now, getting the dry and tilt, Chris Hammer vibes on this when you pick it up. And that is true. There is that kind of sort of grit to this story, but it's also a historical. So it's set in 1911, and Pip Fioretti is, I think her background is in like art history and archaeology or something. And she was inspired by Sidney Nolan's series, like the Ned Kelly series, and so has created this real old school Australian outback feel to this or setting for this, and it is really, really great and really quite unusual actually for an Australian crime. So I think this is I think it's going to do really well, actually. Bonelands. You heard it first here. A couple of podcasts to listen. Oh, I don't have Trish Bolton. Unfortunately, I don't have the book here because I took that home from my mother. But we will bring it back and talk about that next week. But there is a podcast out. Let's just talk about the podcast platform. So if you don't listen to our podcast there, you will see Stories Behind the Story with Cheryl. That's our flagship podcast. Many of you listen to that, and it is it's so popular and just still going gangbusters. So please tune into that, and if you do tune in, why don't you leave a review as well? That would be great. But we also do book chat with Caroline Overington over the summer, so not all year round, but over the summer when we don't do this segment, What Are You Reading? We do it in a we do a little great What Are You Reading podcast with authors when we just talk to them about what they're reading over the summer. So that one, but it sits on our platform all year round. So you can go back and listen to those, and it's fascinating to hear what authors are reading. And then there's my one, Be Better, which is our, self-help, personal, development, health and wellness podcast. So one that I did recently, just in case you haven't heard, is Unique with Jodie Rogers. Jodie is well known for she's the counsellor on the TV series Love on the Spectrum. And it's such a great TV series. And then she has written this book, and it's her experience working in the field of relationships with people with disabilities, and particularly people on the spectrum. So the stories that she tells, and she's got permission from everyone who she talks about, the stories that she tells are just, it's the unique perspective that these people have on the world, and it is absolutely fascinating. And she's wonderful. So listen to the chat that we had. But Unique is a really great book, and I've been talking to quite a few people about this who are going out and buying it. So if you know anyone, or if anyone in your family is on the spectrum, this has helped me to understand a couple of people a little bit more. So, it's a great read. What else have we got here? Iona, I'm reading preview copy of, a lot of previews here for Audrey's Gone AWOL, and people are loving it. That's so good. Ruth, just about to start Love Just In. Very good. Glenys is reading Covenant of Water. Ruth has just finished her comment here, Love Just In by Natalie Murray. Yes. Lisa is reading Hold My Girl by Leanne Moriarty. Susan, lovely to see you. Thank you. I'm reading To the River, Can't Put It Down. Fantastic. And Ruth says, hi, Jane, really love Tilda is Visible. Such a great read. That's lovely to hear. Thank you. Now, I haven't read this myself, but this looks fabulous. So we're waiting for another copy to come into the office, because Natalie and I didn't physically fight over this, but almost, and she got it for the weekend. So what I would do to you, Georgia Harper. A lot of people are talking about this book at the moment. In a near future Australia, the death penalty is back. But if a victim's family wants the perpetrator to die, they have to do it themselves. 24 hours alone in a room with the condemned, no cameras, no microphones, just whatever punishment they decide befits the crime. And then there is a family who have lost a child who was murdered, and they're coming face to face with the murderer and get to make that decision. It's quite a complex family drama. So quite a premise. Probably a good one for book clubs, actually. Let's see if there's book club notes on the back. I think this is a proof, so they're not usually in that. But anyway, keep that one in mind. Yes, Jacqueline Bublitz. That's what people are comparing it to. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's about it. Just before we go, our merch is anyone who's interested. I use my What Are You Reading coffee cup every morning, which is fantastic. And then we'll flip straight over to the preview decks, because everyone has been there's so many comments here with people who are reading Audrey's Gone AWOL. Our preview program is so popular, but to be in the running for any of these books, you need to be signed up to our newsletter. So go to our website and sign up there, and you can then register to be in the running for any of these books. We usually have about 50 copies. Sometimes there's 100 copies of a book, and, it's a number generator that chooses who's getting them. But I think most of you have at least got one preview, but some of you get them quite regularly. So maybe you should buy lottery tickets as well. All right, so that is it for me, and we will continue reading the comments. But thanks so much for checking in, and we'll see you next week. Okay, bye for now.